this could be one of the most pivotal days in the seventh-month war between Israel and Hamas. Late this afternoon, Hamas Supreme Leader Ismail Haniyeh agreed to an Egyptian and Qatar-led ceasefire proposal. Israel is reportedly reviewing the latest offer, but one official said that it was a softened version of the deal that it had previously agreed to. The ceasefire news broke just hours after Israeli officials ordered evacuations for 100,000 people living in Rafah. And another phone call between President Biden and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The president once again expressing his concern about an invasion of Rafah on humanitarian grounds. And for more, let's bring in Jon Gambrell, Associated Press News Director for the Gulf and Iran. Jon, good to be with you today. So what exactly did Hamas agree to, and where does Israel stand on the proposal?
Tracy, what we heard from Hamas is that they say that they agreed to a Qatari and Egyptian-mediated deal that would go over weeks. And basically, first it would see the sick and the women who are still held by Hamas released in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners and a halt in fighting. The last phase of it would see military-aged men and Israeli soldiers released in exchange for what they described as a permanent calm. That came out. We saw people in the streets of Gaza celebrating, but hours later we heard from the Israeli War Cabinet. They say they voted to go ahead with this offensive targeting Rafah, that city where so many of the people in the Gaza Strip have fled to as the Israeli offensive has gone on. The Israelis did say, however, that they would go ahead and send mediators on to Cairo. That's where these talks have been going on. So right now, the ceasefire remains in the balance, and the people of Gaza are waiting to see what's going to happen next, Tracy.
Jon, what kind of impact does this announcement by Hamas have on Israel? I mean, do you think it's putting Israel sort of in a corner, effectively saying, agreeing to something they didn't really want in the first place? Or do you think it makes Israel appear to be the bad guy if the attacks in Gaza continue?
Experts that we've spoken to over the last couple of weeks have described this as being basically a game of brinksmanship. Over the last few weeks, we've seen leaks. We've seen other officials come out and make comments about these ceasefire negotiations. And it also, it doesn't happen in a vacuum as well. In Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu has faced a lot of political pressure even before the war over how he was trying to change the judiciary. Now, with these hostages being held, all those political forces that had sort of been against Netanyahu and the more hardline elements in the Israeli government that had supported his coalition government, they have come out. Even tonight, we saw hundreds of people on the streets in Tel Aviv again protesting, demanding that these hostages be released, some demanding that Netanyahu step down no matter what. So it comes at a very delicate political time for Israel and for Hamas as well. They are down to basically a few battalions of their fighters left. They've shot through a lot of their ammunition, and a lot of them are trapped in Rafah. So for both sides, it's really just a delicate time, and both sides have reasons to take the ceasefire and have reasons not to, Tracy.
Jon, before I let you go, quickly, what is the latest with the IDF's Operation Rafah?
As of right now, they say tonight that they're conducting strikes on Rafah. We don't have any other information, whether that involves ground forces or not. Over the last day, we've seen at least 22 people killed in Rafah. The Israelis dropped these leaflets telling people to flee and going to another area just to the north, but that area has few tents, and the United Nations Refugee Agency for the Palestinians had warned that if people are forced to move out of Rafah, that all that we'll see is more civilian suffering and more civilian deaths. Tracy.
Jon Gambrell with the Associated Press, thank you so much. We appreciate it.